Welcoming Spring is a green tea from the mountains of Mabian in Sichuan province made by Master Heng Yi. This is one of his flagship teas that we get from him. It's a very early spring, high grade, high altitude green tea made from the wild tea plants of Mabian. What really distinguishes this tea is that it's harvested so early in the spring. It has a very high proportion of downy buds, but it's not all buds. There's also some open leaves in there. Heng Yi was shown the wild teas of Mabian by his grandfather, who had noticed these tea plants growing up in the forest, clearly not planted by anybody, just living on their own. Heng Yi actually uses a Yixing teapot for this tea, and he likes to put boiling water on it, and it does hold up to that. It doesn't get bitter, but I personally like to use cooler water. I'll give it a quick rinse at higher temperature, and then the first steeping I'll let cool to probably about 195 degrees Fahrenheit, although I'm not really using a thermometer. And then the rest of the steepings are pretty consistent towards that. I like to use a kind of delicate pouring technique. Because there's a lot of buds in this tea, the second steeping, I will still use the same temperature water, and if I want to get more flavor out of it, I might use a little bit more aggressive of a pouring technique, eventually pouring from higher up and letting those leaves kind of roll over. As this tea progresses from one steeping to the next, some of that floral note that was on the top, that fresh, springy floral note, fades into the background and allows more of the brothy character of the tea to come out. I'll sit and make this tea for 9, 10, 11 steepings or more. When I get to the end of this tea, usually I'll turn the temperature up some, and eventually I'll just leave it for longer periods of time. Sometimes I'll have in the 15th, 16th steeping, maybe I'll let this tea sit for a minute or two. This green tea is a perennial favorite at the tea house, not only because it showcases Heng Yi's skill at crafting and processing this wild tea, but also because it represents the terroir of Mabian really well.